Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is going to be a full face of Sheglam. I recently did a little bit of a try on haul with a few products and I was quite impressed. Like, I quite liked these products and I was like, you know what, I want to try something from each category. I didn't buy things like foundation, concealer, brow stuff or mascara because I am not that into those types of products. On my channel I don't review those a lot, but I got the things that I would be most excited to try. So let's get into it. So yeah, the reason why I wanted to try more is because I was pretty impressed and I actually really wanted to try some bronzer products. I have 3 bronzer products here. I first up have the Sunside bronzer and this is in the shade Morning Beam. This is what the packaging looks like. It has this kind of dome on top. It's kind of like this cream light yellow see-through packaging, which looks kind of cute actually, but the dome makes it a little bit hard to store, I think. Then the actual bronzer is quite light. It is not too far off from my skin tone, so we're gonna see if this is gonna show up on me. Then we have the Sun Sculpt liquid contour. This is in Golden Sun. I decided to buy a few different shades because I feel like the shade ranges in these different types of products, they are pretty similar, so I just want to try a few different shades to see how I would feel about it. And this is the packaging of the liquid contour. This is with this little kind of like sponge applicator that I see everywhere on TikTok. This seems to be a pretty nice shade, just not too warm, not too cool. It's not like gray, but it's also not orange or yellow leaning, and this looks pretty promising. I really want to try that one. And then I also got the Snatch and Define stick, and this one is in shade Soft Tan. I quite like the packaging of this one as well. It has a really nice kind of nude shade with soft matte, leans kind of pinky, and this is the actual shade. I think this looks a little bit more warm, but nothing crazy. So I think all of these would be pretty good shades for me. I think I want to start with the liquid contour and then apply the powder contour on top. The only issue here is this zit that I have on my face currently. I have not been taking care of my skin the past few weeks and it shows. So let's see. Just 2 dots like that. I'm gonna do one side first and start blending that. It's not too pigmented, like it's pretty easy to blend actually. Like, I like liquid products to be not too pigmented because then it just becomes a hassle to blend out. Okay, that looks nice. That looks pretty good. I like it. Should we just take the stick bronzer and put that on my other cheek? I think we're gonna do that. This is drying down pretty quickly. It is matte, but kind of like the skin-like finish. It's not sticky or shiny or anything. Okay, let's apply the stick. That is more of a cool tone shade than I was expecting it to be looking at it in the packaging. But that's a good thing. I like cool tone bronzers. I like using contours to use as bronzers as well. Okay, that was really easy to blend and it's a nice shade. I feel like it's pretty subtle and it looks quite nice and creamy. I think I want to try and build it up a little bit just to see. Just adding a little bit more. Blend, blend, blend. Yeah, it's subtle, but I like it. It's just, I don't know. It's really blending in. And it's just, this side just seems a little darker and a little warmer, but it looks really nice. Like, the finish is really nice. It's really effortless. I think it is a good winter shade for me. Now I still have a little bit of a tan from this summer. So this is the stick and this is the liquid contour. Both of these I feel like are pretty promising products. Let me see if we notice a difference, if I notice a difference when using the powder bronzer, because that is looking very light. But we're just testing out some things today. It's just a little bit of a makeup playtime. So just applying some of that to the forehead. It is a subtle shade for sure, but nothing I'm against. I feel like all of these shades are very fair skin friendly. Maybe I could even go a shade up. I think for the summer especially, I would go a shade up. Maybe not for the liquid, but the other two are very, very subtle. And I do like a little bit of a bronzed look. Just taking a little bit and applying that on top of the cream stick. And a little bit over here on top of the liquid one. I feel like the concealer over here has completely faded already, but that's just what it is. This is real life. Little bit on the chin. I think so far the one that I like the most is the liquid one. But it could also be the color. But the liquid one was really nice. But all of them I like so far. Like this. It's promising. It's promising. Alright. I don't know why I started with bronzer. I just immediately went into bronzer. That's something I usually don't do. I actually want to try the eyeshadow primer that I got. I got the eyeshadow primer, the Ready Set eyeshadow primer. And so far, in my entire life, I have only found one eyeshadow primer that has worked for me. I have really oily eyelids, and you know, I usually don't really like trying eyeshadow primers because they always end up not working, and I don't want to spend that much money on something that's not going to work for me. But this is very affordable, so I wanted to try it out. I just have to checking my eyelids, but they are not too greasy yet. I just came out of the shower, so let's see. I just wanted to see if there is another eyeshadow primer in the world that could work for me. I can see that this has some color to it, and that could mean that this is not gonna work for me. So I'm just gonna apply this with my finger and see how it dries down. My eyeshadow primer has to be dry as the Sahara. It has to look dry and kind of creepy, and then maybe it could work. I just have to let it sit for a little bit, I think. Just to feel what it's gonna feel like. What is this gonna get a little sticky? What is gonna happen? Alright, let's move on to the Cosmic Crystal Eyeshadow Quad. This is in Spellbound. And this is a kind of mauve-y little quad with 2 shimmers and 2 mattes. And I don't know, something about this just spoke to me. I just wanted to try something without feeling like I had to go into a full-on big palette. I just wanted to dip my toes in the Sheglam eyeshadow formula. So that is what we're gonna do with these colors, which do look pretty cute, very fall appropriate. Okay, this is actually feeling pretty good. Okay, it's a little late in the day, so I'm not gonna be able to fully test this eyeshadow primer, but soon I'm gonna put some eyeshadow on in the morning, have this on all day, and see how I feel about it. Because if I can recommend you another eyeshadow primer, I would be so happy, because the eyeshadow primer that I can recommend you is only available in the Netherlands, and it's just a little sad. Like, I want to be able to recommend you something that you can get all over the world. I'm gonna take the lightest with a fluffy brush. Okay, this looks nice. Okay, not bad. No complaints so far. That's blending out pretty easily. That's looking pretty good. I like the shade. I did take a pretty fluffy brush for this job, because it's not a super lightly pigmented eyeshadow or anything. It's like, this is already very much a base for a look. I'm gonna take a clean brush and kind of blend the edges before I go in with the darker shade. Promising, it's promising. I'm gonna take a kind of detail brush for the crease for the next shade, which is this darker mauve that leans a little red. And I really want to see if this will build on top of each other. I feel like this is pretty true to the pan. Like, that's working out. I feel like if you want it to be even smokier, then you could put this shade first. But it's it's not far off. Just gonna take that first brush and go over the edges again. Just make everything seamless, or at least attempt to do that. I'm not saying that my blending techniques are that amazing. So far so good. I think we can move on to the shimmers and then see if there is something I still want to add with the mattes. So I'm gonna take the deepest shimmer first. Let's do a swatch. That's not looking bad. That's pretty okay. Nothing out of this world, but for the price it's definitely a nice shimmer. Feels a little dry in the pan when picking it up with my finger. I'm just gonna swatch the lighter shade. That feels a little bit more creamy. Let's see what this looks like in the more inner part of the crease. This one is a little bit more shiny. Like this has a little bit more of an impact. Yeah, I like this shade better than the darker shimmer, but they're both like, they're good enough. It does give me enough to work with for this look. Nowadays, I'm not that easily blown away when it comes to shimmers because I've just used so many beautiful indie shimmers. It's just, I am spoiled. Alright, there was a little bit of fallout, nothing I couldn't handle, but there was a little bit of it. It got a little messy, but I think it's gonna be fine in the end after a little bit of cleaning up. I think I wanna grab a highlighter for the inner corner. And here I have the Sheglam Cosmic Crystal Mousse highlighter in the shade Pinky Promise. So this is what the packaging looks like, what the highlighter looks like. I quite like the packaging of Sheglam, I have to say. It's pretty sturdy, it looks pretty good, it doesn't look too cheap. Like they put some thought into it. This highlighter, it looks really promising, it looks really nice. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and, oh, it feels really creamy. I'm just gonna apply a bit of that to the inner corner. I feel like this is a really nice kind of putty formula. It seems kind of similar to a Colourpop Super Shock formula, just applying it with a brush. That looks nice. I like that. Alright, I'm gonna clean up under my eyes a little bit, put on some mascara and brows, and then we can move on to the rest of the products. Alright, that is the eye look all done. Quite cute if you ask me. It is time to move on to some blush. And I have two options, if I'm not mistaken. I have the Snatch and Blush stick. This is in Wild Love, and this is in a pinky packaging like this. It is kind of like a soft peach kind of shade. Pretty warm tone it seems, so we're gonna see. And then I have the Glam 101 Hybrid Highlighter and Duo Blush. Highlighter and blush duo, and this is this kind of little compact with, let's see, we have a kind of like cinnamon toasty blush and a highlighter over here. I think I want to try the blush stick today, so I'm just gonna be applying this one directly to the cheeks. That is definitely not too pigmented. Just blending that out. That is very subtle. Once again, really subtle. I feel like that kind of blended away. So let's try and build that up a little more. Like when I apply it, maybe it's just not my shade, but when I apply it, I can already tell that it's really subtle. Maybe I'll try a different brush. Let's just use this one again and try and build it up a little bit. I just feel like that's very soft. I don't think that's really like working for me super well. It's not terrible, but it's just very minimal. I'm just gonna apply this to the other side to kind of even it out, but I think I'm also gonna try the powder blush just to see if that's gonna give us more of an effect. Like it looks kind of promising applying it, but then I blend it and it kind of fades away. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's not a bad product, but I don't know if it's for me or my skin tone. I feel like maybe it would be better for someone who's a bit more fair than I am. Okay, let's try the Duo. That looks a lot more pigmented. Yeah, that is a lot more pigmented. I dipped in twice, so this is more what I would prefer. I like my blush to be pretty visible. Alright, I quite like this. I think I'm gonna apply this highlighter on one cheek and I want to try the other highlighter on the other cheek, just to see what the formulas are both alike. And I'm just gonna take a little bit to start with because the base is a little dark for me. So this would be more of a blush topper for me personally. So I'm blending it down a little bit more because otherwise I can see a little bit of a shadow there. This is meant for a bit of a deeper skin tone, I feel. But I do like this blush on myself. So that's quite a nice highlight. Let's move on to the Pinky Promise highlighter, the Cosmic Crystal Mousse highlighter that I used on my eyes. So let's see. Ooh, that is really glowy. That's really nice. Okay, I think this is my favorite highlighter because that has kind of like this, what is this? It's kind of like this wet sheen. It's almost, I don't know, it's mesmerizing, I would say. Like it is bright when you look at it in a certain angle, but it also has something kind of like blending into the skin effortless about it. It doesn't look too stripy. Okay, I think I quite like that, but it's not subtle. I didn't take a lot. Just adding a little bit of this on the forehead right here. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of this one on the other cheek. It doesn't stick the same on the other side with the other powder highlighter already there. I'm gonna blend a little bit with the blush brush. I don't know, I'm not that much of a blinding highlighter girl, but there's something about this that's just really cool. Like I wouldn't wear it to the office, but there's something about that. I believe I only have, oh wait, I forgot something. Oh, I also got the Color Bloom Dayglow Liquid Blush in Devoted. I was thinking, am I forgetting something? I had 3 blushes. I don't know. This is what the packaging looks like. Very similar to the contour. Kind of like this, I don't know, corally shade, but leaning very like peachy red. Am I gonna add this or am I gonna leave it? I might ruin my cheeks if I add this, but it might also look really good. Okay, I'm just gonna experiment. We're just gonna try one side first. Just see how this works on top of powder. Not too bad, I think. Not too bad. What do you think? I think for the amount of product that was already there, this isn't bad. And it's quite a cute shade. I like it. Not the perfect shade with the eyeshadow, but that's okay. I'm gonna add a little dot over here and just blend it to even it out. You know what? I quite like the applicator of these products. There's something about it I quite enjoy. And applying these, I don't know, it's pretty easy. I don't know if I've ever had this many products on my cheeks, but we're just trying everything. I need something to kind of blend out the edges over here, like so. Then, have I tried everything except the lips? I think that is the case. I hope I'm not skipping anything. Oh no, I think I did forget. I bought too many things, but I wanted the free shipping and this is all very affordable. All of the things I bought together are like $50. So not even 50 euros, $50. So this is a Moonside highlighter and this is in kind of like this peachy pinky shade. This is a powder highlighter. Am I gonna add a little bit of this? Am I gonna add more of this? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, just dipping in, applying more. Okay, that's a really cool shade. Okay, I like that one. That is nice. You do have a little bit more of a powdery look over here and a little bit more of a wet look over there. It is not looking the same. I'm just trying to even it out a little bit, but yeah, I think it looks a little bit more similar. Okay, now I think we can move on to the lip product. The one and only lip product that I bought. Usually I buy a lot of lip products. Now I bought a lot of everything else in one lip product. And we have here the Sheglam Glaze Daze lip gloss in the shade Rose Tea. And I love the idea of a glazy lip. So we're gonna see if this can give me what I want. It looks like this. Very shiny packaging. Feels comfortable in kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like soft, glossy, glazy. Very interesting. I like it. This is the gloss on its own. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of lip liner, if that is still possible. Okay, that's doing nothing. It's too slippery. We're gonna leave it like this. All right, this is gonna be the finished look. This is the finished kind of full face of Sheglam, and I have to say I quite like how it turned out, but it became kind of chaotic. I had too many products and I have to try them out like separately. I have to try them out kind of on their own, see how they really work without like layers and layers of products. This is not how I usually wear my makeup, so this is really a first impression, just trying it out. Let's go over the products real quickly. I think I actually liked everything. All of the bronzers I thought blended out really nicely. They were nice colors, but like the stick and the powder, they were like a bit light for me. The liquid contour I feel like is the most interesting. I really want to try that out more. Then we have the blushes. The powder blush, quite nice. The highlighter is a little too dark for me, but I feel like mixing those together, that can really work. The liquid blush, I only tried a little bit, but it did blend really easily over powders, so I want to try it out more. I really like the shade. The stick blush seems a little light for me, so we're gonna see if I can make that work, but I have my doubts. Then we have some highlighters. This one, the Mousse highlight, is really interesting. It looks really wet. I really like this one. I can't wait to try that out more. And then the powder highlighter, honestly I cannot tell you much because I applied it over two other highlighters, but it looks nice so far. The eyeshadow primer, it could be something. Like it could be something that would work for me the way it felt on the eyes. It's promising, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna test it out. The eyeshadow palette, I quite like the look. It looks cute. It's nice quality. The shimmers are not like indie crazy shimmers, but they look really nice. Like this is a good little palette, especially for the price, but also for the convenience. Just a pretty nice quality little quad. And then the lip glaze, it looks really nice. It feels really nice. I like it so far. Okay, I think that's gonna be everything. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.